Hey Tan TV.
Hey Tan TV.
Good Tan TV.
Hey, what's up Tan TV?
My name is Alana I. Smith, and I'm presenting my Howard University thesis film, Withered.
I'm Ivory Parker, a senior TV and film major, Afro-American Studies minor from Harlem, New York. I am going to be presenting my thesis film, Butterflies Sink with Their Feet.
I'm Imani Rhodes. I'm presenting my senior thesis film, Seasons.
I'm Shane Cameron, presenting my film, Love Machine.
I'm Princess McKee, presenting my thesis film, Half Full.
My name is Hunter Holiday, presenting my thesis film, Ember.
My name is Robert Hudson. I am a senior TV and film major at Howard University by way of New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm here to present my senior thesis, The Puppet Show.
My name is Mackenzie Scott, presenting my thesis, Running Out of Time.
When a clairvoyant on the run from the government steals a highly valued photo, he uses his supernatural abilities to find his family before lunar eclipse erases everything in his memory. And this is a sci-fi drama coming-of-age story.
My thesis film is a drama following Jasmine, who is overcome with grief after the suicide of her baby sister, and she is struggling to emotionally reconnect with their mother as their mother is very quickly trying to move on.
It's about a girl who wants to ask out her best friend, but her murderous robot ex is getting in the way.
My thesis is a drama following a homeless man after seeing his daughter for the first time in years. He has to face his past and rebuild himself if he ever wants to have her in his life again.
Butterflies Sink with Their Feet follows a young woman who kind of shows us how our environment either molds us into a moth or a butterfly.
Running Out of Time follows an up-and-coming film director, Tyler, who prioritizes work over her relationship to the point of missing an important night for her partner, leading her to race against the clock to solve all of her mistakes.
This naive guy who goes through these different phases of hazing and essentially realizes that, all of that hazing was really him being groomed to be a puppet to his puppet master.
My film is a drama following Amaya, who is a professional mourner who is forced to attend the funeral of her deceased mother.
I drew inspiration for this piece through current events and reading about Black to the Future. Black to the Future is about Afrofuturism and Black sci-fi authors who have written realistic nonfiction books like Octavia Butler.
I drew inspiration from this piece, honestly, from personal life. I wanted to strike the conversation about what would happen if the closest person to you passes away and you never had the chance to forgive them for things that they did.
I drew inspiration from actually my sister and I, who's the main actress of the film, worked together because she is a dancer, and off of life experience and how our personal life has kind of molded us into who we are now.
I think it's essential for this story to be told because it's about two queer individuals who are also Black and Afro-Caribbean, and I think it's important to represent intersectionality because it's not really represented.
There are not a lot of queer-centered relationships or films that don't highlight the fact that they're gay. Like, it's just a regular story. They just so happen to be gay. Like, it's a normal thing, a part of their lives, rather than being the entire story, which oftentimes we don't see, especially in the Howard thesis world.
I think oftentimes the Black community, we create institutions that have that very exclusive, elitist model, and when we try to bring each other up, we first think that we have to put each other down, and we think that it's some sort of rebranding, and it is somewhat of a rebranding, but it's a rebranding of stripping those of their personal identities and putting more so white supremacist ideas onto ourselves.
The biggest reason I feel like this story is essential to be told is to spread awareness of homelessness in the Black community. But not just that, but also spread awareness of how CPS takes away children from Black parents. I feel like that's not talked about enough, and it happens more than you think.
Honestly, I feel that oftentimes when it comes to stories that focus around suicide, they often focus it from the perspective of the person who commits suicide, and they kind of treat them like they're making a selfish decision and their story ends there. And really, that person is still a human being. They still have people that cared about them, and I feel that
not only does that person deserve to be shown in a respectful way, but the people around them that are affected by it deserve to be represented in a way that isn't just anger or frustration with that person.
The main character is Olivia, a young dancer, and I think it was important to show it from her perspective because it's her story. So you can really see what she's going through and what she's thinking.
Our main character is Amaya, and I wanted to focus the story from her perspective because she's young, she's a college student, and she recently just had her mother pass. And that's usually, college is just one of those age groups where you're kind of coming into your own as an adult and you would need that guidance. But we learned through the story that her mother was not someone who was the nicest to her growing up, and she was very neglectful. And so I wanted to focus it from Amaya's perspective, kind of just putting myself in her shoes, what would happen.
My main character is Danielle. I told it from her perspective because I know a lot of people who've had slightly similar experiences, not as dramatic of an experience, but definitely still some of the same themes and issues there. And I just wanted to illustrate that on screen.
The main reason I even chose Howard is because it's really the only HBCU with a diverse filmmaking program where they're teaching us courses in all aspects. There's other HBCUs where their programs are just smaller or only focus on one aspect of filmmaking. So I feel like Howard emphasizes independent filmmakers.
I feel like Howard has literally provided me the safest space that I've ever had when it comes to broadcasting my films. I don't think I've ever been in a place that really like support me and care about me. I have a community, I have people that I know that I'm gonna hit up once I graduate, like, hey, let's work together. And we really like feel like these are quality people who actually know what they're doing and know that they see my vision and want me to execute it. We have amazing like equipment that we're able to access pretty like efficiently, and we have some amazing like faculty that's pretty helpful in getting you on your journey. The students themselves are a phenomenon. I feel like we are like very self-driven, and you can like pretty much immediately meet other people who are in this for the exact same reasons that you are, that are willing to like put themselves out there and do those long hours.
I don't think that I would be anywhere near as close to my goal as I'd gone anywhere else. The amount of tutelage and the amount of real world experience and networking experience that I've received at Howard has been amazing.
I want to bring more unique and positive stories to Black film. I feel like there's a lot of Black film that's really focused on just the negative aspects of the Black experience.
I mainly just want to be able to have a landing place for all of the stories about the everyday man, and making sure that we have a space for queer Black films coming up, because I know having a Black film is tough enough to produce, but having a Black queer film takes a lot of extra steps just to get through those barriers. So really just making sure that I'm knocking down those barriers for the stories to come.
I honestly want to bring joyful films, just fun films where we're not just always showing trauma, or just regular films that we see, you know, ditzy, fun, or intelligent, just anything.
I really do want to have an entertainment provider where anybody who has anything Black to say or do can put it on this entertainment provider, and it will go directly to their audience that is, you know, Black people, not just in America, but throughout the diaspora.
The biggest thing I hope to see in the industry in the future is not only, like I said, the representation, but also I want it to be well acclimated with this new generation of technology and AI.
In the future, I hope to see that the industry is led by more women directors and cinematographers and producers.
I hope to see, of course, you know, my fellow classmates, but really just authenticity. I do want to see definitely more jobs, more creativity, more stories that have never been displayed before, more genres, just a lot more openness and a lot more spaces for Black people to infiltrate.
I hope to see the industry become more independent, especially for Black people. I don't want us to be seen as a commodity that could be sold. I want us to be seen as a soul, you know, that is like a human experience that can be respected as an art form. You know what I mean? And I think right now, the only reason why there's diversity in different studios is because they recognize the profitability of us. And I don't want anybody who's not black to profit off of black people.
You can watch my film on my YouTube. It'll be linked in my Instagram, which is Season Short Film. And you can come to the Howard Thesis Showcase on May 7th to get a full screening.
Well, you can watch my film on my YouTube, Princess McKee, and you can also watch my film at the showcase on May 7th.
You can watch Love Machine at the Howard Thesis Showcase and also on YouTube.
My thesis project is coming soon in May 2024, and you can watch Withered on Vimeo, YouTube, and film festivals.
They can watch my film May 7th is the showcase that we're having for Howard seniors. And you can also watch my film on YouTube or my website, just the Drew Hudson Company, and it'll be right there.
You can watch my film at our showcase May 7th and on my YouTube channel, Ivory Elizabeth.
You can watch my film on my YouTube channel, on my portfolio link, and at the Howard Thesis Showcase. And after the film goes through all the film festival circuits, hopefully at those film festivals.
You can watch my film at the Howard Thesis Showcase, coming soon in May, as well as YouTube, and wherever I decide to post it, and all the film festivals around the world.